revenge. It's what burns in you when someone betrays you, hurts you, or walks away like you meant nothing. Your first instinct is to react, to lash out, to prove your worth, to make them feel what you feel. But here's the truth that the Stoics understood centuries ago. The greatest revenge isn't anger, it isn't begging, and it isn't games. It's walking away. When you walk away, not in rage, not in bitterness, but in calm, quiet discipline, you do what few men are capable of. You remove yourself from the chaos. You take back your energy. You reclaim the power you've been giving away. And in that moment, something shifts. Not just in how they see you, but in how you see yourself. Walking away doesn't mean you've lost. It means you've finally stopped fighting battles that don't deserve your strength. It means you've chosen mastery over impulse, clarity over chaos, and peace over pain. And the paradox? That calm, that silence, that discipline, it speaks louder than anything you could ever say. This video is about that kind of revenge. Not the cheap, emotional kind that leaves you feeling hollow, but the Stoic kind, the kind that rebuilds you, sharpens you, and transforms you into a man who no longer needs to prove anything to anyone, because the man who walks away with his dignity intact is the man who truly wins. If you're ready to stop bleeding your energy into people and situations that don't deserve it, if you're ready to make your silence louder than any argument, hit that like button, subscribe, turn on notifications, and comment below, "I walk away and I rise." Now, let's begin. Number 1. Why walking away changes everything. Walking away is more than just leaving. It's choosing yourself. It's the moment you stop pouring your energy into someone who has shown you they don't value it. It's the moment you stop fighting battles that lead nowhere. And when you do that, everything changes. Not just how they see you, but how you see yourself. Most men stay. They beg. They argue. They try to prove their worth to someone who has already made up their mind. But the man who walks away sends a different message, one that doesn't need words. I will not compete for what should already be mine. I will not fight for a place I've already earned. My energy belongs to me. The Stoics understood this. Epictetus taught that suffering doesn't come from what happens to us, but from how we respond. Walking away is the ultimate response. It's you saying, I can't control you. I can't control what you feel, but I can control me. And I choose peace over chaos. From a psychological perspective, walking away shifts the dynamic instantly. It breaks the pattern of you being the one who chases, the one who overinvests, the one who waits for scraps of attention. And that disruption creates space. Space for you to heal, space for you to grow, and yes, space for them to feel the weight of your absence. But here's the real magic. Walking away isn't about them. It's about you. It's about reclaiming your sense of worth, your dignity, and your direction. Because the man who walks away isn't losing, he's leveling up. Number 2, the Stoic principle of detachment. Detachment isn't coldness, and it isn't indifference. It's clarity. It's the ability to see things as they are, not as you wish they were, and to act from a place of strength instead of desperation. The Stoics lived by this principle. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength." Detachment is simply applying that wisdom to your relationships. You stop clinging. You stop trying to force outcomes. You stop measuring your value by someone else's attention. And in that moment, you take back everything you've been giving away. Most men mistake detachment for coldness because they think caring less means becoming numb. But true Stoic detachment is the opposite. It's caring enough about yourself to let go of what you can't control. It's accepting reality without letting it break you. From a psychological standpoint, detachment frees your mind. It ends the cycle of constant overthinking, checking your phone, replaying arguments, analyzing every little sign. Instead, your energy shifts inward where it belongs, and that shift creates calm, clarity, strength. When you walk away with detachment, you're not running, you're not punishing, you're choosing peace. You're choosing to protect your energy and rebuild your world without their approval. And that quiet choice, that discipline, is what makes detachment so powerful. Because in the end, the man who learns to detach isn't just letting go of someone, he's letting go of the need to be chosen. Number 3. Silence speaks louder than anger. When someone hurts you, your first instinct is to react, to shout, to demand answers, to show them the pain they caused. But anger rarely brings power, it only hands it away. Silence, on the other hand, is unshakable. And that silence, it speaks louder than any words you could ever say. The Stoics knew this deeply. Seneca wrote, "Anger, if not restrained, is frequently more hurtful to us than the injury that provokes it." When you lash out, you tell them they still control you. But when you choose silence, not as a game but as discipline, you send a message that cuts deeper than anger ever could. I am no longer yours to affect. From a psychological perspective, silence creates space, and that space is deafening. People expect a reaction. They expect your pain to orbit their decisions. When they're met with calm absence instead of chaos, it forces them to confront something they didn't expect. A version of you that no longer needs them, no longer waits for them, and no longer breaks for them. But the beauty of silence isn't what it makes them feel. It's what it does for you. It keeps your dignity intact. It protects your energy. It gives you the distance to heal and the clarity to grow. True strength isn't in shouting to prove you've moved on. It's in saying nothing because you no longer need to be heard. That quiet, that calm, that stillness, that's where real power lives. Number 4, reclaiming your power. Walking away isn't just leaving, it's reclaiming what's yours. Your time, your focus, your energy. Because every moment you spent chasing, arguing, or overanalyzing, you were bleeding out your most valuable resources. And the moment you choose to step back, that energy comes rushing back to you. The Stoics understood that power is never taken, it's surrendered. Epictetus wrote, "No man is free who is not master of himself." And that's the truth most men don't want to face. You were never powerless because of her. You were powerless because you kept handing your power away. Every unanswered text that consumed your thoughts, every sleepless night replaying the past, every ounce of effort you poured into trying to change someone else. That wasn't love, that was dependence. But when you walk away, when you stop giving away your energy, you begin to rebuild yourself. Your mind gets sharper, your focus returns. You start to move with calm purpose instead of restless chaos. That's not just growth, that's liberation. From a psychological perspective, this shift is massive. By redirecting your energy inward, you rewire your brain from obsession to action. You begin to see progress in places you had neglected, your fitness, your career, your passions. And with every step forward, your sense of power deepens. And here's the paradox. When you reclaim your power, you stop needing revenge. Because the man who is full within himself no longer seeks validation from anyone. He moves through the world with quiet confidence, and that confidence is what makes him untouchable. Walking away isn't about them, it's about you finally returning to yourself. Number 5, the psychological shock of true distance. When you finally walk away, not in anger, not in games, but in calm detachment, it sends a shockwave through the dynamic. Because most people expect you to stay. They expect you to fight, to plead, to keep showing up no matter how little they give. When you don't, when you step back and create true distance, that silence becomes impossible to ignore. From a psychological perspective, this is called pattern disruption. You break the script they've been relying on, and it forces them to confront a reality they weren't prepared for, that your world no longer revolves around them. That absence creates tension, and that tension sparks questions. Why isn't he chasing? Did he stop caring? Did he finally see his worth? But here's the key. The shock of your distance isn't what gives you power, it's what you do with that space. Walking away isn't a strategy to make them react, it's an opportunity to rebuild yourself. to take the time and energy you once poured into someone else and invest it back into your own growth. The Stoics would see this distance as discipline in action. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "It is not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters." Your reaction, choosing calm distance instead of emotional chaos, is what sets you apart. And here's the paradox. The more you grow in that silence, the less their reaction even matters. Because the man you become in that distance, the man who reclaims his power, sharpens his focus, and builds a life full of purpose, isn't waiting for validation anymore. He's too busy moving forward. True distance shocks them, but more importantly, it transforms you. Number 6, the discipline of emotional control. Walking away demands emotional control, and that's what makes it so rare, so powerful, and so deeply transformative. Anyone can lash out, anyone can beg, anyone can spiral into emotional chaos. But the man who can stay calm, the man who can sit in the discomfort of silence without breaking, that man becomes untouchable. The Stoics built their entire philosophy on this principle. Epictetus taught, "It's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters." Emotional control doesn't mean you feel nothing. It means you don't let those feelings drive the car. You acknowledge them, anger, sadness, even the urge to go back, but you don't obey them. From a psychological perspective, this is what separates healing from obsession. When you let your emotions lead, you stay stuck in cycles of impulsivity, reaching out, checking their socials, trying to force closure that never comes. But when you learn to pause, to breathe, to choose your response instead of reacting to your feelings, you start to rewire your brain. You shift from being reactive to being intentional. And here's where true power lives, in the ability to remain calm no matter what happens. Whether they move on, reach out, or ignore you completely, you hold your ground. That calm isn't a performance, it's real, and people can feel it. Emotional control doesn't just make you stronger, it makes you magnetic, because nothing is more rare, more respected, and more quietly powerful than a man who refuses to be ruled by his impulses. Number 7. The growth that happens in the silence. Silence can feel empty at first. When you walk away, there's a void where there used to be, a space that feels uncomfortable, even painful. Most men try to fill that void immediately with distractions, rebounds, or noise. But the man who embraces that silence, he discovers something life-changing. That empty space is where growth begins. The Stoics taught that solitude is not a curse, but a forge. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "Nowhere can man find a quieter or more untroubled retreat than in his own soul." When you stop trying to run from the silence, you create room for reflection, for discipline, for rebuilding. From a psychological perspective, this is where transformation truly happens. The brain rewires itself when it's given space to process, to detach, to create new habits and new patterns. You begin to see clearly what you couldn't when you were drowning in emotion. Use the silence to invest in yourself, train harder, read more, build your skills, strengthen your body, sharpen your mind. Pour that energy into creating a life so full and so grounded that you never again look for someone else to complete it. And here's the paradox. The more you grow in that silence, the less you even think about them. The attachment fades, the pain dulls, and in its place rises something stronger, a quiet confidence, a deep sense of self-respect, and a life you're proud to live, with or without anyone else in it. The silence isn't your enemy, it's your opportunity. It's the ground where you plant the seeds of the man you were always meant to become. Number 8. Why indifference is magnetic. There's a quiet power in indifference, not the kind you fake to get a reaction, but the kind that grows naturally when you've rebuilt yourself, when you no longer need anyone's approval, when your peace, your confidence, and your purpose come from within. The Stoics would call this apatheia, not apathy, but freedom from unhealthy attachments. Epictetus taught, freedom is the only worthy goal in life, and freedom is exactly what true indifference gives you. You stop being controlled by emotions. by validation, by the fear of loss. You simply live, and that calm detachment is magnetic in a way desperation never could be. From a psychological perspective, humans are wired to crave what they can't control. When you detach fully, when you no longer chase, when you no longer react, you disrupt the dynamic completely. That calm, that quiet strength makes people take notice. They sense something different, something rare. A man who doesn't need to be chosen because he's already chosen himself. But here's the secret. By the time your indifference becomes magnetic, you won't even care. You won't be performing for anyone. You won't be waiting for their response. You'll be too busy living, too focused on your own growth to even notice the shift. That's when you know you've won, not because they see your value, but because you finally do. Number 9. Redefining revenge. Most men think revenge is about making her see what she lost, posting pictures, showing off, trying to spark jealousy. But that kind of revenge is shallow. It's fueled by the same need for validation that broke you in the first place. The Stoics taught a better way. Marcus Aurelius said, "The best revenge is not to be like your enemy." Real revenge isn't about her, it's about you. It's about building a life so full, so disciplined, and so rooted in purpose that you never look back. It's about becoming the man you wish you'd been all along, the man who doesn't need anyone to recognize his value because he's already living it. From a psychological perspective, this is where true freedom begins. By redirecting your energy inward, into your growth, your health, your mission, you not only heal faster, you evolve. You stop chasing, you stop performing, and you stop needing external approval. Instead, you build a life that speaks for itself. And here's the paradox. That quiet transformation often says more than any words could. People notice, they feel the shift. But by the time they do, you've outgrown the version of yourself that ever needed their attention. Revenge isn't about proving anything to anyone. It's about proving everything to yourself. That you can rise, that you can rebuild, that you can become untouchable. Because the man who turns his pain into progress doesn't just move on, he levels up. And that is a kind of revenge no one can take away. Number 10. Becoming untouchable. The true reward of walking away isn't their regret, it's your transformation. It's becoming the man who no longer needs validation, who no longer chases, who no longer folds under pressure. It's becoming untouchable. The Stoics taught that real power is internal. Epictetus said, "No person is free who is not master of himself." When you master your emotions, your focus, and your energy, no one can use them against you. You stop being controlled by others because your sense of self is no longer up for negotiation. From a psychological perspective, this is where the cycle finally breaks. The old patterns, the chasing, the overthinking, the need for closure, fall away. Instead, you move with calm confidence. You know who you are, you know what you stand for, and because of that, you become a man who cannot be shaken. And here's the beauty, being untouchable isn't about building walls or shutting people out. It's about strength through peace. You can love without losing yourself. You can connect without clinging. You can care without depending. That balance, rooted in discipline and self-respect, is what makes you truly free. The man who walks away with dignity doesn't just survive, he evolves. He becomes a man whose value is undeniable, whose silence speaks louder than words, and whose life reflects the quiet power of a man who chose himself first. That's what walking away really gives you, not revenge, but freedom. Walking away isn't weakness, it's mastery. It's the discipline to let go of what no longer serves you, the strength to choose peace over chaos, and the wisdom to understand that you never needed their validation to begin with. The man who walks away doesn't lose. He rises, he rebuilds. He becomes someone so grounded, so focused, and so full that no one, not even the person he once thought he couldn't live without, has the power to shake him. That is the essence of Stoic wisdom. Control what you can, release what you can't, and keep moving forward with calm strength. That is the real revenge, not proving your worth to anyone else, but living in a way that makes you proud every single day. If you're ready to stop chasing, to reclaim your power, and to build a life that speaks louder than any words ever could, hit that like button, subscribe, turn on notifications, and comment below. I walk away and I rise. Thanks for watching Stoic Blessing, where men rise, rebuild, and become untouchable.